Welcome to Mungo Park House. Come, let me show you around. But before then, this is the National Museum Asaba. It is a place where you can come and see some very important historical things from our past. Now, let me give you the story. A man named Mungo Park was a Scottish man who lived in the 1700s. He was not just a traveler, but someone who wanted to understand the great river Niger. In 1795, he made his first journey along the river. After that, he started another one in 1805, but sadly, he died in 1806 at a place called Bosa. People say he was buried there, but history also tells us that his body was never found. After his death, two brothers from England, John and Richard Lander, continued the work in 1830. They followed the river Niger all the way until they discovered that it emptied into the Atlantic Ocean. On their journey, they anchored here in Asaba. That is why the Lander brothers are forever tied to this land, and that is why Asaba keeps the memory alive as a tourist site. Now about this house, this building was not built by Mungo Park. In fact, Mungo Park never reached Asaba. This house was built in 1886 by the Royal Niger Company in honor of Mungo Park and the Lander brothers. The British had a habit of naming important buildings after explorers, so they called this place Mungo Park House. Today, it stands as a monument and a museum, but many people still believe wrongly that Mungo Park built and lived here. The truth is, he never did. This place was created to keep the memory of his name and the explorers who followed him. If you are here in Asaba and want to explore history, this museum is not far. But it is also sad to see that many of our tourist centers are not well maintained. A place like this should shine as a heritage site, not be left behind. I also visited the Delta State Library. Inside you will find old books, histories and stories, but the building itself is weak and not cared for. If you are not afraid of the walls falling down on you, you can still go inside to learn about the past, because it carries treasures of knowledge that should not be lost. That is it with touring the National Museum and the Delta State Library. Remember, every place has a story, and when I discover it, I, Joy Oluchi, will surely tell it. Thanks for watching, guys.